So what do we got? Jeep JL Rubicon 392 Final Edition right here on Q4Cars. Hey there, it's William West Hopper from Q4Cars. And this week we have a Jeep for you. A Jeep Rubicon. And not just any Jeep Rubicon. The Jeep Rubicon 392. 8 cylinders of pure power. So come take a look at this Jeep as we a preview of it on this episode of Q4Cars. So what makes this Jeep different than other Wranglers that you might see on the road? Well, it looks a little different, but it doesn't look that much different unless you know what to look for. First of all, the 392 on the hood and the naturally aspirated 392 8-cylinder engine under the hood. There is, of course, Rubicon, but what it's interesting, it's 392 Final Edition. So this is a collector's vehicle. Only 3,700 of them are made. So this vehicle will be a collector for Jeep aficionados. And what else is different? These massive BF Goodrich all-terrain tires. How big are they? Well, they're big. That's all I can say is they are big. Let's have a look here. 315 70R 17s. I can't believe they're that small because they are big, massive pieces of rubber. All 4 wheels have these big tires plus the spare in the back. So let's go around and have a look at that back. This is a 4-door Wrangler Rubicon, which means it's longer, not wider than maybe a 2-door. But what's really interesting about this vehicle, of course, the fact that it has a full-size spare tire, which of course you're going to need off-road if you have some tire issues. But I really don't think with these BF Goodrich all-terrains you're going to have much trouble with them. I gotta say, one of the things that I found out about this vehicle, and I thought it would be just horrendous on the highway at higher speed, it's not. It is by no means a road car. At 80 miles an hour or so on the interstate, it is a beast to handle, but it still handles just fine, but it handles like a Jeep, and a Jeep is designed to go off-road, not on-road, so that is acceptable. Let's have a look in the back of the Wrangler Rubicon. So what's nice is that this is a specially set up door to handle the extra weight of this huge tire. And that thing has got to weigh close to 100 pounds. It is outrageous. Put this up. Now what's interesting is this sort of, it's not locked. I mean, it's just sort of there. You're not going to be able to lift it up with the tailgate in place, and that's certainly with the tire there. But it's sort of kind of interesting that it's just sort of there. There is a good amount of space back here. There's a bunch of parts and things here that you're going to need for your Jeep. Your toolkit, of course, right here. There is a bag here to put the 2 rear side windows. This does not have a hard roof. This vehicle, this test vehicle, a full sliding sunroof. And underneath here, a little space for some storage. There's some hinges, roof stuff. There's spaces in here to put the bolts in for the hinges and everything. And underneath there is the jack. So there is actually a jack, and that jack doesn't look like it could do much more than a Toyota Corolla. Alpine sound system, got your big woofer back here. This thing is huge. Really not a whole lot going on back here. There is the roll bar over here. You can take these sides off, which is great. And honestly, that's what all these little spots are for, is to put the bolts in there to store them away. Though, as I said, this thing is so flimsy, it's probably going to disappear pretty quickly. There is a jack underneath there. There is an outlet over here, 12-volt cigarette outlet. There is no USB outlets back here. There are no 110 outlets. There's nothing else back here. So it's pretty basic. And let's have a look at this fold-down table. This is an optional piece, but it's interesting that it's a fold-down here. 2 cup holders right here. The grill has a reminiscent of a Jeep grill, but it's not. So, and of course, over here, any off-roader is going to need an air pump, and you got that right here, and you can adjust that. and pull that out there. So that is the back of the Jeep. All right, so let's have a look inside the Rubicon. Yep, Jeep, Jeep, Jeep. It be a Jeep, there's no question about it. It's all Jeep. But what makes it special is it's the Rubicon 392. And look at these yellow stitch seats, really pretty cool. You got to climb yourself up into a Wrangler, especially this Wrangler with these huge tires on here. I think they're like 31-inch tires, though they're on 17-inch rims. All right, so let's talk about what this Jeep's all about. Yep, that's what it's all about. This Jeep is all about power, and really a lot of 8-cylinder power. Do you need 8 cylinders going off-road? Well, some people think they do. Probably a 6-cylinder will be more than enough, but it's really nice to hear that noise right there. So let's talk about what is in this vehicle here. There is a really nice new screen in here. This screen is different for 2024 than it's been in years gone by. Driver's dash is pretty simple. I expected it to be a little bit more complicated, and I wanted it to be more complicated, but it's not. There's some controls over on this side to dim the lights, which is good. HVAC is right here, all real buttons. The window buttons are here. There is media outlet here, USB-A, USB-C, one of each, and an aux outlet right there. There is a 12-volt cigarette lighter, so you could plug something in there. There's the front and rear sway bar, disconnect plus off-road. There's also buttons here for aux, so you can add your own electric equipment and turn it on and off here. There's some other controls along the bottom. There's a mute button for the radio. There's the off button for the active exhaust. There is the off button for traction control. There is the 4-way flasher button. There's the parking sensor button, it's off, and a couple of others, including screen off right there. Now let's talk about the only thing that I do not like about this vehicle. The Uconnect in this vehicle is awkward. It does not play well with my Android Auto, either wireless or wired. And I brought a wire in here just to try to do it. One of the reasons I had to bring a wire in is because I wanted to charge my phone. There's no wireless charger in here, which is fine. It's a Jeep. There's no wireless charger. It doesn't need to have a Jeep. There are 2 cup holders here. There's a little spot here that I thought was for my phone. Then I realized that's where you put the Jeep key, because this is a push to start, and you just need the remote key, and you don't want to always just have that in your pocket, so you just stick it there. So automatic transmission controls here. The 4-wheel drive is here. I remember when these things were manual. You had to pull a huge thing out of the floor to engage it, and that was just, I mean, you had to be, it was 3 men and a boy to do that, so a lot. So really pretty simple interior, but very Jeep-like. As I said, the screen is good, has a lot of information. Regular mirror here, it does electronically dim. There are removable sun visors here, which is nice. The controls for the power roof are here, and this is a fabric power roof on this vehicle, so pretty cool there. 2 little places up here. I don't know what you're going to put up here. Maybe this is where they put the ducks. I don't know. Maybe that's what that space in the back is for. This is where your ducks. I really don't think ducks should be in Jeeps, but I don't understand that. But then again, I haven't really been a Jeep guy since the 70s when I was in college. But hey, you know, whatever floats your boat. If ducks float your boat. As a gay man, I am not into ducks in a Jeep. Sorry, fellow Jeep gays. Getting into the back of a Wrangler is not for the faint at heart. You got to have some mobility. This is not a vehicle that you're going to put Granny in. So the back seat of the Wrangler, this vehicle does seat 4, maybe 5 people if you put a 5th person here. Interestingly enough, it does have a fold down armrest with 2 cup holders here. Pretty nice for that. There are window control units right here for these rear windows. Very simple. The reason the window controls are in the middle and not on the doors, you know why? because you can take the doors off, which is just what a Jeep's all about. You want to go topless in a Jeep. You want to go doorless in a Jeep. That's what Jeep's all about. Now I want to show you that there is a 110, there is a 115 volt, 150 watt outlet down here, right here. There are two USBs here, two USB-A's and two USB-C's. So there is some modern conveniences. There's a little spot here for something and a little spot here maybe for your phone. I have no idea what you would do with that. There is a map pocket here. Very small on both sides, pretty cool. What do you got up here? You got speakers up here, you got lights up here, but that's it. There's really not a lot of creature comforts here in the back of the Jeep. There are two very adjustable air outlets you can close, but there's no turn them on or off other than just letting them, moving the air outlet around. All that's done up front. So in the back, this is just to ride along to go to the next base camp. Yep, there's your Jeep engine. That's what it looks like. Let's talk about this naturally aspirated 8-cylinder 392 engine. Pretty well packed in there, guys. Look at that. Look at that big vent. I haven't seen vents like this, air vents to get air into the intake into the engine since the 70s. This is truly a muscle car for that. Look at that big belt powering the alternator there. And there, look down there. There you go. There's the air intake. My, oh my. So there you go. This thing is a beast. Total beast. All right, so let's go down underneath here and have a look and see what's down underneath here. This is where it really is what you want to see in a Jeep. Oh my God, look at that suspension. Look at that. That is just amazing. This is a beast. That's all I can say. This is a beast. So there it is, more suspension shots. Our overall thoughts on the 2024 Jeep Rubicon 392 Final Edition. This is an amazing truck. It's an amazing Jeep. It is really just a cool vehicle, and I gotta say, I love it. It's got foibles up the yin-yang, but too bad. It's gonna go off-road, it's gonna take you to the cabin, it's gonna take you out hunting, and it's gonna take you out fishing. It's definitely gonna take you off-roading. And that's what we really like to do, is just to go off-roading, go climb around. So this vehicle is beyond amazing. Now it does take premium fuel. And there's the tank right there. Metal cap for that. So it takes premium fuel. And I gotta say, mileage on this baby, if I got 14, 15, I got even up to, I think, close to 16 at one point, but mostly it was like 12. But, you know, it's not, this vehicle is not a fuel efficient hybrid vehicle. If you want a fuel efficient Jeep Wrangler, then go with a 4xe. But this is one amazing Jeep Rubicon. And guys, at $105,000, this vehicle is worth every penny. And it is going to be a collector's edition when it goes out of production, since this is the final edition. I want to thank you for watching this episode of Q4Cars as we took a look at the 2024 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 392 Final Edition. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Follow us for more auto and truck stories, and hit that bell button so you'll be notified of our future videos that we upload here on YouTube. Until next time, hey, I'll see you. I gotta start this truck up.